Keith, nice to see you here. We're here at Cleckheaton Cricket Club tonight. You're doing your last ever talk for the IOG branch. And as you call time on your career.
Yes, that's right. I feel that the body's just about got the stage where it's saying enough is enough. And I think after 60 years at it, I somehow feel that everything is due for a rest.
So you started your career at Castleton. First pitch prepared 60 years ago, 1958.
That's right, my first pitch prepared in 1958. And I'd married a girl from Castleton, come out and the national service, what we had to do as young lads in them days. And I met this girl at Castleton, got married, started playing with the village team. I like to do a little bit of batting, and I certainly messed about with the pitches. And it was interesting really, because I knew nothing about cricket pitches in them days. But
was it purely as a volunteer?
Yeah, absolutely. But what I did find out was the more time I spent with a hand rake or a springbok in them days, scraping away at the surfaces, and the more I rolled him, they were better for me to bat on. And so I did more and more of this. And then a few years later, I decided to get one of the farm lads to come down. We had a big 8-foot, this big horse-drawn roller. We converted it, he pulled it with his own massive Fergie tractor, and spent ages pre-season rolling. I had no clue what I was doing, but what I did know was I was making really good pitches. And Castleton got a reputation for having good pitches, and teams wanted to come play friendlies.
So Stuart Clark, you had a chat with a guy called Stuart Clark, and you had a look around the ground.
Yeah, this was where I'd moved to Gisborough. It was difficult for me travelling to work. Bear in mind, I was working. It was just part-time groundsman in these days, and I'd gone to live at Gisborough, and word had got round about these Castleton pitches, and I was approached to see if I'd have a walk on their grounds to see if I could help them. So I went onto the Gisborough Cricket Club ground and looked at it, and they wanted me to go down there. Now this was a big step up. North Yorkshire, South Durham, Premier League, from Dales League, professional cricketers playing. Phil Carrick, yeah. Phil Carrick was the pro. Don Wilson,
yeah.
Spare cricketer. Well, I thought, we'll go on then, I'll give it a go. So the same thing, I thought, well, if we work at Castleton, it's going to work here. Spend a bit of time, the old scrape and roll, and the old rollers, early season rolling. And the pitches, yeah, they were slow and low when I went there. They didn't really get a lot of pace into them, but they were very good pitches eventually for scoring runs on, playing club cricket on. And the reputation got round that Gisborough pitches are spot on. Everybody was wanting to go to Gisborough pitch.
And then Middlesbrough came calling.
Well, next thing I know, Middlesbrough knocking on the door.
And they were playing first-class cricket there at the time, weren't
they? Middlesbrough. They'd had a bad season. They'd been warned about the state of their square. So I got talked into going down to Ackland Park at Middlesbrough. I was still working. I was only part-time groundsman. Went down there, and county cricket being played on it. Oh, I was never good enough. I had no qualifications for this level now. So I hummed and hawed about it because I was in a good position. I had a decent job. My wife and family were settled at Gisborough. The children were all in school doing well. And it was a big decision for me to pack up that and cutting money and salary of the house to take on a job at Middlesbrough. I was offered this clubhouse. But my wife knew where my love was. She said, yes, I know where you're at. Cricket is what you're made to be. So we decided I would take Middlesbrough on board. And I took Middlesbrough on board. The square wasn't very good. It was uneven as regards, it hadn't had much work doing on it. And I quickly got involved with some graft onto it, back to the old rakes and rolls, and getting it down uniformly packed down. And then I think it was 1994, I'd only been there a year, and I got this phone call from Geoffrey Boycott one afternoon. He said to me, can we play on your ground? I can't, Geoffrey Boycott. I've spoke to Geoffrey Boycott on telephone. And I said, well, all of my pitches in the West Riding were all wet because of rain, and they were playing this Benson Edges match, which they had to win. Well, Middlesbrough had avoided it. I'd played a North Yorkshire match on it on the weekend. I said to him, well, leave it with me a while, and he said, look, I want a decision now, not in a while. I said, okay, we'll take it on. So I said to my wife, look, we've taken this match and we have to get some staff. So it was the afternoon. My wife Margaret said, I've got the young daughter, we'll look after the teas. The lad Alan, he can do the scoreboard, and I'm my daughter, she can come and work with you on the square. So we decided to do it this way, the Boyces would take over.
Family.
So it was a family affair. The pitch turned out to be really good and played well. And I also remember it was the man of the match thing award. I can't remember whether it was Fred or not who did the man of the match. And I'm on the middle of the square, tidied all up with things. I hear this voice say, ladies and gentlemen, we should all turn around and look at the middle of the square. There's a guy out there who should have the award today.
Yeah.
And there was so much, and I thought, bloody hell, they must be happy with this pitch.
And that was Fred Truman on the...
And I'm sure it was Fred who did it, that thing. So, no, everything went well for us.